Team Nepal have made history as they have secured their spot at the ACC Asia Cup after defeating United Arab Emirates by 7 wickets at the ACC Men's Premier Cup. Promoted up the order, Gulshan Jha shone with the bat as he built a match-winning partnership with Bhim Sarki to earn the victory for Nepal. Good evening, I'm Sarah Sapsanama. Let's begin with the headlines of the hour. Team Nepal stormed into the ACC Asia Cup with a 7-wicket win over United Arab Emirates. Gulshan Jha and Bhim Sarki put up an impressive partnership to secure the win. Nepal's economic growth expected to be limited to 1.86% as construction, industrial and retail sectors shrink. Per capita income expected to reach $1,399. Government struggles to protect its own data as dozens of government offices report of breaches. Data bank in Hetauda inoperational, citing security reasons. And more than 100,000 people flee Sudan since heavy fighting broke out between rival forces 2 weeks ago. Officials warn of a full-blown catastrophe if fighting does not end. The decades-long dream of Nepal's men's national cricket team to play at the Asia Cup has finally come true in 2023. While some nations who started cricket with Nepal have remained behind, a few others have reached way ahead. This accomplishment of qualification for the Asia Cup has been achieved amid limited resources and uncertain future because of the hard work and confidence of the players. Team Nepal, who secured a 7-wicket win against the UAE in front of more than 25,000 spectators to secure their spot at the Asia Cup, will now play giants of the world cricket, India and Pakistan. Following the wait of 2 days, Team Nepal have secured their spot at Asia Cup, which will be held in September in Pakistan. The match could not complete on Monday because of rain, which saw the enthused and hopeful ardent followers of Nepali cricket wait for another day. Having put the UAE in a difficult situation in the first day, weather was in favor of Nepal on the second day when the match resumed. The UAE put a target of 118 runs for Nepal, but the hosts found themselves struggling after being reduced to 22 runs for the loss of 3 wickets inside 8 overs. In such a situation, head coach Monty Desai promoted Gulshan Jha up the order. The decision to play Gulshan in place of Deepender Singh ID was proven right when the teenager remained unbeaten at 67 runs and was instrumental in Nepal's victory. Gulshan and Bhim Sarki added 96 runs for the 4th wicket and both remained unbeaten as they ensured Nepal's victory. Gulshan also had a major part to play when Nepal registered a win over the UAE in their last match of the ICC World Cricket League 2 series. Meanwhile, the ACC Men's Premier Cup also saw spinner Sandeep Lamichhane become the fastest to 100 one-day international wickets. Lamichhane achieved the feat in 42 matches. Kushal Malla also scored his first career century at the tournament. Despite qualifying for the Asia Cup back in 2002, Nepal could not play in the tournament because of the India-Pakistan war. The 21-year-old sour memory will now be erased as Nepal will finally play against the giants of world cricket. This is also the 3rd historic achievement of Nepali cricket in the span of 2 months. Coaching of Monty Desai, the team with hard-working players, their synergy and the happy dressing room they have built together is being defined as the beginning of the golden generation of Nepali cricket. And moving on, the Central Bureau of Statistics, or National Statistics Office in fact, has projected Nepal's economic growth rate to be limited to 1.86% as opposed to the government's ambition of 8%. This, the Bureau has attributed to the shrinking construction, industrial and the retail businesses. Meanwhile, the World Bank has estimated the growth rate will be 4.1% in this year. At a press conference today, the National Statistics Office informed Nepal's economy to be worth 5,381 billion rupees by the end of the ongoing fiscal year. The office made the estimates based on the data of previous 8 months by various government entities. The entity has also estimated that agriculture sector will make 24.12% contribution in the country's GDP. Although the production of paddy has increased this year, the slump in production of dairy and poultry items had limited the sector's contribution to 24.12%. Industrial sector is expected to make a contribution of 5.32%. Construction sector is expected to contribute 5.52%. The Bureau has also estimated that Nepal's per capita income will reach $1,399, which is equivalent to 182,000 Nepali rupees. Last year, Nepal's per capita income was 169,038 rupees. At least 5 people have been buried in an avalanche in Vyas Rural Municipality of Darchula district. District Police Office Darchula has said that 3 residents of Budar, Kailali and 2 from Duhu Rural Municipality in Darchula who had gone to collect caterpillar fungus Yarsha Gumba have been buried in the avalanche. 4 among those who have been buried are female. Meanwhile, police have said that 7 out of 12 individuals who were on a temporary shelter are safe. A team of 30 security personnel of Sitapul Police Station and armed police force from Changrung have been deployed in the region following the incident. In Bajang, 33-year-old Jhala Devi Bohra from Dewari of Surma Rural Municipality has been reported missing since an avalanche. The Deputy Superintendent of Police of the District Police Administration in Bajang, Jageshwar Bhandari, has said that Bohra had gone to Parthi Mountain to collect Yarsha Gumba and went missing when she was returning home. Now, the National Communications and Information Technology Day was marked today with the theme of Secure Information Technology, Good Governance and Prosperity. However, the government, which preaches of security information technology itself, has not been able to ensure the security of its own data. The Hetauda Backup Center of the state-of-the-art data bank of Singhadarbar is not reliable. In the competitive age of information technology, the National Information Technology Center, which operates the data center of the country itself, is not well managed, while the government has appeared indifferent.
The National Information Technology Center, established 22 years ago, has operated separate data banks in Singhadarbar and Hetauda with large investments. It is the responsibility of the center to store all government data and information and formulate policies and programs for the expansion of information technology. The center under the Ministry of Communications and Information Technology has not been able to deliver to expectations. The data bank of the center was hacked on the 28th of February, following which the government websites were out of operation for up to 4 hours. International flights of the Tribhuvan International Airport were affected as the website of the Department of Immigration was also out of operation. Videos and reports of significance, including those of the Federal Parliament Secretariat and the Constituent Assembly, were lost because of irresponsibility of the centre. Documents of the Public Service Commission have also gone missing from the storage of the centre, including data of around 60 other government offices and departments. The Disaster Recovery Centre (DRC) of the Data Bank of Singhadarbar is in Hetauda. Considering the security aspect, each data bank has such backup systems. Service can be resumed from the DRC in Hetauda if the data center of Singhadarbar faces any problem. However, the DRC, established on the 14th of May 2022, has not come into full operation because of inadequate qualified human resource. Meanwhile, the recommendations furnished by the high-level committee formed to investigate into the hacking of government websites on the 28th of February have not been implemented as well. Of the 60 employees at the center, all staff except for those of the accounts department have been recruited on a contract basis. Many technicians have been quitting the center with a certificate of work experience as they do not see their future in it. In absence of a clear agreement between the center and the service-providing department, both entities have been furnishing pretext when problems surface regarding access to the data center, handling of equipment and security, and privacy.
And in this context, in our Public Voice segment, today we've asked people in several provinces how aware are they regarding the risks of using information technology. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
Public Voice. Gmail मा अथवा फोन नम्बरमा सिधै मेल आउने गरी अनि एउटा ओटीपी राखेर हुन्छ नि त जो पाइ त्यसले युज गर्न पाएन यो चिज चाहिँ
मोबाइलहरु छोडिएछ बिग्रिएछ भने पनि हामीले बनाउने क्रममा जहाँ पाए त्यही मोबाइल पसलहरुमा लगेर दिनु भएन
सामाजिक सञ्जालहरुमा आउने लिंकहरु अनावश्यक लिंकहरु त्यसलाई ओपन गर्दिन
आफ्नो आइडियाहरु पासवर्डहरु कसैलाई पनि दिदिन
कानुनको भित्रमा रही कुनै पनि फोटोलाई शेयर गर्ने र कुनै पनि भिडियोलाई शेयर गर्नुपर्छ र स्टेटस पनि लेख्नुपर्छ
फेसबुक ट्विटर यो मेसेन्जरहरुको चाहिँ आइडी पासवर्डहरु चाहिँ बेला बेलामा रिसेट गरिराख्नु पर्छ
अपरिचित व्यक्तिहरुसँग सामाजिक सञ्जालमा कुराकानी गर्दिन
सामाजिक सञ्जालमा म चाहिँ व्यक्तिगत विवरणहरु चाहिँ शेयर गर्दैन
गोप्य सूचनाहरु गोप्य रहन पर्छ
आफ्नो फेसबुक भो मेसेन्जर भो यिनीहरुको आइडीहरु आफैले युज गर्ने
पासवर्ड पनि गाह्रो खाले राख्ने
हामीले बैंकको क्यूआर कोडहरु सुरक्षित राख्नु पर्छ
सबै मान्छेमा यो सेक्टरमा चाहिँ त्यति ज्ञान नहुन पनि सक्छ यसलाई न्यूनीकरण गर्न त्यसको अलिकति पहुँच र त्यसको चाहिँ जनचेतना जगाउन आवश्यक देख्छु
It's time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
But before that, let's take a look at the results from yesterday's poll. Yesterday, we'd asked you what's your say on 80% examinees failing the test conducted by the Teacher Service Commission. 50% voted for option A, question raised on quality, 27% for B, conventional curricular, and 23% for C, lack of talented students. Here's today's question. What should be done to make Nepali cricket competitive in international tournaments? Your options are A, invest in infrastructure, B, encourage players, and C, government should prioritize the sport. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B, or C, and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. The United Nations has said more than 100,000 people have fled Sudan since heavy fighting broke out between rival forces on 15th of April, as officials warn of an all-out catastrophe if fighting does not end. A further 334,000 people have been displaced within the country. Fighting is continuing in the capital Khartoum between the army and the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces (RSF), despite a ceasefire due to be in force. Yesterday, the UN Special Envoy to Sudan said that the two sides had agreed to enter into talks to negotiate a stable and reliable ceasefire, and Saudi Arabia was a potential venue for the talks. If talks take place, it would be the first meeting between the two sides since the conflict started. More than 500 people have been killed and more than 4,000 have been wounded in the fighting, according to Sudan's health ministry. A series of temporary ceasefires have failed to hold, with the military continuing to pound Khartoum with airstrikes in a bid to weaken the RSF. In Khartoum, food, water and electricity are also running out.
Sports news.
Team Nepal have made history by securing a 7-wicket win over United Arab Emirates at the grand finale of the ACC Men's Premier Cup, as the win has secured their spot at the ACC Asia Cup. The match, which had begun at the TU cricket grounds in Kantipur yesterday, was affected because of rain. UAE had lost the toss and were put to bat, where they had scored 106 runs for the loss of 9 wickets in 27.3 overs. The match resumed from the same state today before the UAE were bowled out for 117 runs in 33.1 overs. Asif Khan top scored for the UAE with 46 runs, while Lalit Rajbansi was the pick of the Nepali bowlers with 4 wickets, while giving away only 14 runs in his 7.1 overs. Karan Kesey and Sandeep Lamichhane picked 2 wickets each for Nepal, while Sompal Kami and Gulshan Jha shared a wicket apiece. In reply, host Nepal did not have an ideal start and were reduced to 22 runs for the loss of 3 wickets inside 8 overs. Kushal Bhurtil scored just 1 run. Asif Sheikh was out for 8, while skipper Rohit Paudel scored just 1 as well. Gulshan Jha and Bhim Sarki then revived Nepal's innings as they ensured their victory and a place at the Asia Cup. Jha remained unbeaten at 67 runs from 84 balls. His innings included 6 sixes and 3 fours. Sharkey remained not out at 36 runs from 72 balls. Rohan Mustafa was the pick of the UAE bowlers with 2 wickets, while Ayan Khan had a wicket to his name. With the win, Nepal have secured their spot at the ACC Asia Cup, slated for September in Pakistan. Team Nepal are placed in Group A alongside Asian giants India and Pakistan. Group B includes Sri Lanka, Bangladesh and Afghanistan. And up next is the weather update. all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Good night.